Hello and welcome to Butts to Nuts, a movie review podcast hosted by me, Ben Charlesworth, and my brother Scott Charlesworth.
Yeah!
Back for 2023.
And to start off the first podcast of the year.
Yes, no, before we introduce our guest.
Okay, alright.
I need to say something.
Okay.
Last year was a great year, 2022.
It was fantastic.
47 podcasts down the drain.
Oh, what a monumental spin.
However, we got a lot of complaints.
Oh, did we?
We've had a few potty mouth episodes. We've been swearing too much, Scott.
Oh, no.
We've been saying too many F's, too many S's, too many A's, a few C's.
Running around with my tail between my legs.
A few dirty C's, which I do not agree with.
Oh, that is preposterous. I wonder who would have said that.
Probably you.
Yeah.
So, each year from now on, we are starting a new tradition to keep us in line and make sure that we're behaving on this podcast. We're getting our mother, Mum Charlesworth.
Mum Charlesworth.
Mum Charlesworth on the podcast.
Also-
Mum is in the house.
Also known as Tracy
Nathan
Charlesworth. Tracy Frances Charlesworth.
Yes, Tracy.
Because she used to be Tracy Frances Nathan. Because if she was Tracy Tracy Nathan, that wouldn't make any sense.
Wow.
Oh, sorry, that took me a while.
How do you
to get
feel
there.
being on the podcast with your two sons?
I feel amazing. And I would just like to congratulate you both
Ah, yes.
for a full year last year committing to the cause.
Stop.
I'm sorry I don't have a trophy or an award, but my presence is your present.
Your love is enough, honestly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mum.
Oh, that's
We appreciate
lame.
You're welcome.
That's
It is
lame.
not.
Boo.
Boo. Why can't we be silly like normal?
So
Yeah.
proud
Like
of
I
you boys.
can't
Just
be
be
myself.
silly.
I-
Are you
I feel-
kidding?
I can't
So?
be myself now. I've got Mum here. She's cramping my style.
Let me be
No,
myself.
it's all right. She's here, and it's like every.
I think it's an honour.
yeah,
having
once
Mum
a
on.
year. It's going to kick off the year with Mumcast.
It's a good tradition, and we could also make an entire spin-off just called Mumcast,
Of
where you
course
talk
we
about
could.
mum things and give mum advice.
You could be like
This is
Hamish
true.
Blake at the moment, where he's got How the Dad's Dad or something, and he talks about to other dads how they dad.
Wow.
So you could talk to other mums how they mum.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, maybe we should bleep this so we don't give the idea out.
And you
Don't
like
tell
completely
anybody.
rip him off, and you have the exact same picture, except it's just your head oddly photoshopped
Yeah.
over it.
Hi to
Yeah.
Hamish out there.
That is absolutely what should happen.
Call yourself Traceif.
Trace.
Well-
Now, the movie we did watch today was picked kind of mutually by everyone, but we wanted to put it more in Mum's court. The ball more in your court.
Yes.
What was the movie we watched today?
The
Mother?
Banshees of Inisherin.
Yes.
A lovely Irish movie.
Beautiful.
Yes.
And where did we watch this movie?
The
Such
Palace.
a quiz. You're like
I know.
You're like Jay
I'm
Leno
like Andrew
on the
Denton
Tonight
right
Show,
now.
aren't you? You're such a
I-
Jay Leno.
It was the wonderful Palace Cinema
Yes.
in Chippendale.
Fantastic. My first time being there.
Yes.
Your
Second or third, I think.
Oh, you're such a veteran.
I know. It
My
was just
fourth.
beautiful.
Look at you over there.
Man, I'm a bloody member.
A bloody member.
718 points, thank you very much.
Incredible, honestly.
You get a point for every... 10 points for every dollar you spend. So I don't know how it's on 8.
That's great.
I don't know how it's ending on 8. Should be ending on a 0.
I just want to put it out there. Probably one of the best cinema experiences I've ever had.
It's
And that's
really
not
beautiful.
exaggerating.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah, really comfy, really nice people.
Now,
Beautiful bar.
Do you guys want to talk about the cinema a little bit while I get the synopsis up? Because
Okay.
I realise I
Of course.
didn't actually.
well, I don't want to get political, Mum, but you're all about the sound. And you know your gizmos and your gadgets, and you have to try and explain it to us young folk about how all this tech wizardry works.
Yes.
How'd you find the sound today?
I found it amazing. I found it clear and concise.
Yes.
And I found the general ambience
Yes.
quite lovely. And especially sitting between my two wonderful sons
Stop it, Mum.
made it even better.
What about the bloody seat, mate? A bloody clean seat.
Actually, you
Clean,
can't. Oh,
yes.
you can't. And you are the queen of clean.
I know.
Everybody Who knows you knows that.
Cleanliness is next to godliness, as they
Oh,
say.
wow, look at that.
See?
Put that on a shirt.
And on a
See?
shirt.
See, she's already making merch for us.
It's
This
a thing.
is, Yep,
Yeah.
it is a thing. Fantastic,
Could have a
Mum.
little angel baby with like a little toilet brush.
I even forgot.
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
Wow, you could even
See?
use that.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty
All right,
good.
I'm going to give you a little synopsis, and it is a little one.
Yes.
Because...
Oh yeah, true. I forgot about getting
I-
trivia and stuff.
Oh,
I'm
no,
all over this.
you dirty dingo.
Go. Why do you want to try and give us a synopsis, Mum, first before Scott
No,
reads his?
no.
No, she doesn't want to.
All right, the Banshees of Inisherin. Correct me if I mispronounce anything. Two lifelong friends find themselves at an impasse. Oh, well, look
Sorry
at this.
to correct you.
I
I can't help myself.
I've gone tired mode. When one abruptly ends their relationship with an alarming consequences for both of them. That's very vague.
It is, yes.
But just like
enough,
the trailer.
Just enough.
The
yeah.
trailer was very vague too when we watched that. That
You
was
usually
good.
do get vague stuff, don't you?
I do.
A vague synopsis.
No, I was pretty good for the last few potties, and now I've dipped down to when we first started.
Yeah, nice.
Now, this was a very emotional movie. I want to ask you, Mum, did you... was this sort of the vibe that you expected? Like when you came out of the cinema, was this the sort of movie you're like, oh, okay, I was expecting something this crazy, or were you expecting more of a toned down version of what happened in the movie?
No, I think it did actually go the way I had anticipated.
Yes.
It was funny. We saw a few funny clips on the trailer.
Yeah, it's like that black comedy
Yeah,
sort of.
I think they
style.
termed it as a
it's like a tragic comedy or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a
tragic comedy.
We commented it's like very Shakespearean.
Yes.
It's
Started
like
as
comedy
yeah.
and tragedy. They're in tandem with
Yes,
each other.
definitely.
Really. Yeah.
I saw a write-up that mentioned Shakespeare.
Yeah, you're all
Yeah.
over it.
It's like the Bee Gees wrote the song about this movie.
tragedy.
I see. I see. the
A
little
tragedy.
reference there.
I'm
Clever
sorry. I'm
voice.
sorry. I'll stick to the corner. You guys keep going. I'll keep looking for the trivia.
You silly boy.
I'll pipe down. Go.
But it just wasn't a fantastic vibe. A fantastic movie overall. And I think the main thing that made you connect so hard with the story, especially, just to be vague to start, was the fantastic acting.
Yes, most definitely.
Colin Farrell.
Mhm.
Oh, you got a little bit of a man crush on Colin Farrell, don't you?
I do. He just made you love him from the start.
He
He
did.
was just such a
Softy at the start.
kind soul.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. He just wanted to be loved still.
Yes.
I
He
didn't find him
And he
that dull,
tried
though.
so hard the
So
whole
hard.
movie.
He racked his brain. Why are you treating me this way?
Yes. It's so... Oh, man. I put myself in Colin's shoes, and
Yeah.
this would be the exact same sort of
I'd
scenario.
be just devastated, especially from a lifelong friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was lifelong.
That's what
Yeah.
it
Was
was
lifelong,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And I don't like you anymore. Obviously, he's a lot older than Colin's
Yes.
character, Podrick. Colum, which is...
That's
Oh.
confusing, yeah.
Okay.
So,
let's talk... So, Colin Farrell plays Podrick.
May I
and then-
step in?
and Brendan Gleeson is Colum.
Colum.
I'm sorry, I have to
C-O-L-M.
do some correction here.
Oh, really?
It's actually pronounced Porrick.
Porrick. Oh, it is Porrick.
Yes.
Yes, not
It-
Podrick.
It's pronounced Porrick.
Podrick rules.
Where are we
Well-
getting the Podrick from?
I don't know.
Thinking of Diary of a Wimpy.
Yeah, I think
You
so.
know why? Because it's spelt Paidr.
Paidrick.
Paidrick.
Yeah. So-
However, to our Irish listeners out there, I could be pronouncing it completely wrong.
we
could
don't have
be.
any
Yeah,
Irish.
you don't have that.
It's sounded
roll.
like Porrick.
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 Well,
Beautiful.
luckily we don't have any Irish listeners, so we'll be all right. We can say whatever we want.
We will
exactly
after this
right.
evening, though.
Yeah, no, Nana will be pleased that
Nana.
you got that.
Oh, yes.
actually
I was actually
said in
going to bring
Irish.
Nana into this too.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
should have got her on.
Bit of Irish blood.
We'll get her
Yes.
on next Mumcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it'd be a double
Oh.
cast.
Oh, yeah. That's so much mum.
That's so much fun.
It is so much fun.
Fantastic. But yeah, specifically Porrick's
Porrick?
character.
Colin.
Porrick as a character is so well played by Colin Farrell. It's just, he just wanted to be loved, as
He did.
you said.
Yeah, he was. I felt like, well, obviously he was always nice, and he was happy with his lot. He seemed to be happy with his lot in life.
Yes. Yeah, he was just
Yeah,
satisfied with
he's
the
a nice
little
guy.
things.
He didn't want for any change. He never questioned anything in his life prior to this monumentous event happening.
Oh, the
That's
biggest
how I
event
see
that's
it
ever
anyway.
happened in his life,
Yeah.
probably.
He did-
Besides the war,
Yes,
because he would have lived through that,
Yeah,
obviously.
definitely.
But he didn't seem that dumb.
No.
I didn't think he was dull.
People were saying that he was, but that's the thing. People like Porrick. Porrick in
Podrick.
real... Podrick.
See, poor Rick.
Por-
That's how I wrote it
Rick.
out.
Okay, all right, all right.
Poor Rick.
People like Porrick in real life do
Porrick.
sometimes get perceived as being dumb, even though
Dull,
they're-
or dull.
Dull.
I think.
Dull.
Yeah.
Dull.
it's because like they're people pleasing all the time. Sort of
Well, I
thing, you know?
think too, the whole place was just dullish. I
It
mean,
was drab. It was
it
very
was drab
drab,
and
yeah.
dreary, and they just did the same thing day in, day out.
Yeah.
I'm sure
So-
now they've got some cool hidden bars and stuff.
Oh, surely, like you crawl into the ground. It's just like, oh, look at this.
Yeah.
It's the Irish brethren are
Maybe
down
a few
there.
GYGs.
There'd be a couple of GI
Yeah,
Joes.
Yeah, a couple of fast food chains.
couple of G
Oh,
wagons.
most definitely.
Yeah.
Selling
Spice it
Irish
up.
stew.
Yeah.
Macca's Irish stew burger.
A bit of haggis.
It's just dripping with just haggis. There's
beautiful.
Just neeps. So much neeps. Now that's Scottish. Haggis is Scottish, mate.
It is Scottish, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, I love,
Oh, God,
love me
what-
some neeps.
What have I done? No, dripping with Guinness.
Oh, you're dripping with Guinness burger.
And we did see a lot of old ale in this too, dark ale.
Yes, yes, and the sunlight, the dusty sunlight coming
Yeah.
through the pub window.
That was very cinematic, wasn't
Yes,
it? Oh,
just shining over on the Guinness and the half-filled glasses,
Wow.
pints. Or yeah,
damn, Mum, you've got a real knack for this. You should start a movie podcast where you review
maybe.
movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's never been done before. I hear.
I don't think so.
No. Oh, don't do it. It'd be silly. No,
Anyway,
it
back
was,
to pouring.
it was nicely backlit. Oh, even a good segue there.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just quit, man.
Yeah. I think Mum should just run the podcast permanently now.
No.
I just feel like his existence was just going to be on Inisherin until the day he died.
Yeah. That's all
Like
where
we
he
said.
saw him. He saw himself living there forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and didn't know any different.
No, that's it.
I am absolutely certain he had never left the island before.
Yeah.
However,
Is there evidence
we'll get to this.
against
no,
that?
no. But however, we'll get to this. He will never be the same person now living on the
No.
island.
Oh,
He's not
no.
going to be a happy
Most
lad.
definitely. No.
This is-
He
And that-
died.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
internally.
That's
But
right.
We'll dig our little claws into that.
How about you, Ben? What do you got? What
Well, I have a
part
question.
struck you? Oh, okay.
I have a question to throw to the table.
Question man over here.
So the whole time he's trying to please old Oh, I'm messing with the cord.
Oh, no, it's all right.
He's
mate.
trying to please. What's his name?
Colin.
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 Colin with an M. M for mum on the end.
That's Colin Podrick. Well, poor Rick is trying to please Colm. At any point, do you think he was like, "Come on, mate, just stop it. You're going too far." Did you ever feel like that? Because I didn't. I felt like every time he was still had hope with his mate, I still had hope with his mate with him. I don't know if that's
Oh,
because of
yeah.
how good Colin was playing the character.
Colin Farrell.
Colin,
When you say
yeah.
that. Yeah, you got to say, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all the same.
Colin and Colin.
Yeah.
No, when Colin was playing
Colm.
Podrick. Oh,
Oh, please.
Porrick.
Or Porrick.
Porrick. That's all right. Yeah. Oh,
I'm from the Banshees of Inisherin.
No, I did feel the hope. I thought there was going to be a bit of a lift at the end, like something was going to kind of come out of that, but it didn't.
Not a whole hand of fingers gone.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't expect the whole hand to go. Well, the whole the set of fingers.
Well, I thought he might have been left with maybe a pinky.
Yeah. Oh, the lucky pinky to play
Yeah.
his fiddle still.
Yeah.
Although he cut it off and he can't play ever
Yeah.
again.
And
See, that's the thing. He's like
What's
left
the point?
himself to nothing. His
Exactly.
whole purpose of him ignoring Porrick
Porrick Yeah. Yeah.
I just need. I'm going to look at you every time I need to say his name, and you need to say it with me.
I'll probably say it wrong, but it sounds a little bit right.
It sounds
Paul
okay.
Rick.
Every time. I've lost my train of thought.
You're talking about hands getting cut off, sad men, fiddles,
Yeah.
pinkies
Well,
fiddling
yeah, that's
a
the
fiddle
whole
with a
point. The
pinky.
whole point of the story is to leave his friend behind to pursue this career in music, basically, to make a mark on the world.
That's
to
right,
be
yeah.
remembered.
Yeah, and I feel that because he he seemed to be a lot older than Porrick, he was getting to...
An existential crisis.
Well,
basically.
yeah, I mean, not exactly a midlife crisis, maybe a three-quarter life crisis.
Yeah.
Well, he
This is
might
in his
be
70s.
50. No, no.
Then
he could
again,
be 40.
back in the 20s, so
7/8 crisis.
people did
Yeah.
look older than they probably were.
Yeah, Porrick
11,
is actually only 18. It's really odd.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's smoking like so many packs a day.
Column's only 28. They aged harsher back then.
That's
That's
right.
it.
Built different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's questioning his existence and
It's very-
wanting to leave a mark and not wanting to be
Forgotten.
forgotten in
It's fear-
that dull existence. And
Yeah. He woke up one morning and
Just
went,
went-
wow, I don't want to be forgotten.
I need to compose greater folk music.
Yeah, what an arsehole.
Yeah, what a... No, seriously though, what an arsehole.
He was.
Yeah.
And that is
None of
so
that. Mum's
It's really selfish because he would have made a mark on that little town if he had stayed friends with
Yeah, and just
Porrick.
continued with his music.
Yeah,
regardless.
and still like teach and things like
Yes.
that. But then continue that. He's left a negative mark on that town now. It's forever scarred.
Definitely.
Forever scarred. And if that's that's what he said at the end when he was talking to the priest. He felt that despair, the shame, and the guilt was coming
Yes.
back. He realised.
Yeah.
and he apologised to Porrick a few times.
He
about-
did, that part surprised me.
And
how
I
he
thought-
did soften a few times.
Yeah, because he was feeling guilty because
Yeah.
he knew he's been a silly little turd face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
totally a turd
Absolute
face.
blighter.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I
stringy
did, you know
shite.
what? You know what would have solved everything?
What?
Is if you just had like a schedule, right? And a schedule would have solved everything.
Mr. Schedule.
No, I'm telling you. All right, I'll see Paul Rick on maybe 3 days of the week, 3 days for fiddling, and Sunday for church.
Oh, you've got it down pat.
Because
Yeah.
And on the days that he sees Paul Rick, he
Oh, poor Rick.
he's only seeing him from 2 o'clock onwards until the night, probably 2 to 2, 12 hours, you know, because
At the pub.
at the pub for a while.
Yeah.
So
a couple of points with the
he's
lads.
still got a whole morning to fiddle around.
Yeah.
So why doesn't he just keep fiddling then?
He can have a fiddle, yeah.
He can have a fiddle.
He needed to just get his priorities straight.
If he
he
in
didn't
the front,
need to cut his whole bloody hand off.
no, not with those.
Drip with blood everywhere. Leave fingers on.
Oh, go to the
Throw
pub and
fingers at
wave it
people.
around like a big sausage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was sausage fingers everywhere.
Crazy.
This guy had very pudgy fingers.
He did. And I
throw
admittedly
them
got a
over.
little bit hungry.
So did the
I'm going
donkey.
to say something
So
else
did
there.
the donkey.
Poor donkey. Okay,
We're
what,
here
what
now.
was
We
the
should-
donkey's name?
Jenny.
Jenny.
Oh,
Oh.
good on you.
Jenny.
Didn't you know that?
I did. I didn't.
Jenny.
Yeah, that was
Jenny.
Oh,
That-
that was so sad.
At first,
So
I thought
sad.
Jenny had been murdered, and I started
Yeah,
getting
That's
angry.
what I thought
Oh,
too.
I
God.
was like, no.
And so that was the point. Oh, okay, I want to, before we get deep into this,
No, we're getting into
the
it.
overall arc of the story, it really had this like high beginning of hope and a kind of like, hey, just
And there's
a normal
humour
day.
dotted
Humour.
all through the
Yeah.
Yes.
first half of it, at
And
least.
progressively
so
gets
funny
darker
for
and
the
less
first
and
part.
less jokes as we go, and it gets more depressing as it goes. It gets
Yeah.
more real.
Oh,
That
yeah.
manifestation into a tragedy.
You don't want to look away.
No.
No.
You're very involved.
Well, they hook you in with the fun sort of,
yes,
you know,
definitely.
And then they hit you with that reality
a
check.
priest, you know, saying, you know, what are you doing? And can I swear in front of you, Mum?
Yeah, just
Oh.
He says feck.
I was just
Feck.
going to say.
Feck it out.
Feck the lot of you.
Oh,
see?
whoa.
Trace.
It's softened.
We might
Oh,
have to
no.
bloody censor that one.
No, none of that here. We're a clean
Good
podcast
God.
for families and
Frickin'
friends.
hell.
Whoa!
Come on.
Hey,
I've
that's a
got
fire
silly
truck.
now.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yeah, but the whole progression
Flubadoobery.
and Flubadoobery.
Yeah.
That point where we saw Jenny dead on the ground, and he goes up to her and realizes she's choked on the finger, which is
comical in itself. I mean,
but what? No one was laughing in the cinema at all.
no, how strange. I mean, ordinarily, a donkey choking on a fat finger, that's hilarious.
The funniest thing ever. Like,
It's funny when you say it.
I
like
know
that.
it's cruel. It's cruel, but that is like an absurd thing to
So
happen.
absurd.
But the fact that they've sucked you in from the start
Yeah.
is what makes you feel so sad at that point, and
Yeah.
you don't care. It's like, okay, the finger chopping off bit, that's established. This just makes it even worse
Yeah.
because you know.
Well, the depth of love that Paul Rick has for Jenny the donkey.
Yeah, isn't
Yeah.
immeasurable.
Yeah, so that...
And that was the final. That was the nail in the coffin. For
yes,
him too.
definitely. Oh, yeah, that switched him
Yeah,
over
he
big time.
changed. That's when he died.
Yeah,
If
he went from
his-
Mr. Nice Guy to, stuffed a lot of you.
Yeah. There was so many points, and like you could see the progression of his character getting worse with the story. Like, you know, he told the guy that was learning fiddle
Yes.
from Column, your dad's died on the mainland.
Yeah, he would never have done that before. He got
Never.
so desperate.
And then he told poor Dominic about that, and Dominic was like, "Oh, you're different. I thought you were nice."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, it spirals. I'm going crazy.
But it's not.
Yeah.
It's like it's not his fault in a way. It was all because I feel like we'd all do the same thing if we were nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not nice, so I wouldn't.
Nah, you're a bumhole.
Yeah, I'm an asshole.
You're an
Don't
asshole.
call your brother like that.
He's a silly sausage, Mum.
I'm Dennis Leary. Son.
You're a goose.
Um,
It's got a bit of weight to it, doesn't it?
got a bit of harsh
Scary.
weight, piercing.
Silly goose.
No, it was all Colt Holmes' fault, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He started it.
He started.
Yeah, he started it.
Do you have a theory on it?
Okay, go.
No, please.
No, you go.
No, you say your thing.
Well, why don't you go?
Sorry, listeners, I interrupted.
How about you go? All right, well,
Bit of-
what I was
bit of
going to
chess
say
action
was
here.
I liked the fact that you never saw their friendship beforehand and you only heard about their friendship from the perspective of poor Rick.
Yeah.
You never heard it really from Colum.
No, you
Yeah.
didn't.
You only really heard it from the sister Siobhan and poor Rick.
Siobhan.
I think
thought Siobhan.
the town folk were very taken aback by it all as
Oh,
well.
they were.
Yeah.
Everyone, the publican.
What was the term that they used when
Oh, you're rowing.
you're rowing?
I thought
You're
I said
rowing.
you're rambling.
No,
Rowing,
you're
like having a row.
having a row.
Like a fight.
I don't know if I'm rowing.
Arguing. Rowing is...
Yeah,
Hey,
If you're
rowing.
rowing.
That's what, and he's like, I don't know if I'm rowing,
Yeah.
but if I am rowing, I better check if we're
Yes,
rowing.
I'm rowing.
That's basically what he said in that
That's it.
start
No,
scene.
that's what he said.
so
That was
good.
such a fun start. That was great.
Yeah, it was so jumpy.
I mean, the
and fun.
bartenders were the best.
Oh, they were
And they're just
fantastic.
jumping off it. They had such
Yeah.
good chemistry.
They look so alike.
They did.
The
Bartender and the mate.
publican
sorry.
and the mate.
Yeah, and I loved it when they kept repeating to each other.
Yeah, that scene was good. You have something to say, Mum, I can tell.
Saying, you got any news?
Well, okay, so I'm just wondering, apart from this midlife crisis, call it what you will,
Yes.
that Colum seemed to be having,
Yes.
Colm.
I wonder if he's trying to go into that mode because he's feeling he's aging and he's in some sick, weird way trying to protect Porrick
Yeah.
to sort of slow the friendship down now
Before he dies.
prior to him passing.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's super.
Like in a sick, weird way, but he's trying to lessen that friendship just so that when he does finally die, because he feels like he's going to die first because he's clearly a lot older.
Yes. Wow, I think you've cracked the code here.
I haven't read anything. I don't know. I've just thought deeply about this. Why? Because we never really get to the point of why did he do this in the first place?
Yeah.
Why would you,
Because it can't just be a whole year of friendship and say, oh, you're dull, and cut it off.
Whole life.
just for his own selfish...
Thing. There's
Needs.
because we see he does have empathy. There's got to be that deeper meaning behind it.
Yeah,
That is good.
Oh wow, we're
Wow.
deconstructing the hell out of this.
Jeez. Whew, I need a sip of water now.
Well done, Trace. Well done.
Thank you.
Wow, that was brilliant.
That's why we need a mum cast.
I also feel, you know how the old lady said, 2 people will die.
Mrs. McCormick.
Yes, Mrs. McCormick.
Yeah, Mrs. McCormack. Well, she said, right.
Pronunciation again.
She said, right, 2 people are going to die.
Prophecy.
Farted, sorry.
He really is.
Oh,
I am an asshole.
Oh,
that's gonna stink.
asshole.
Those jalapenos.
I'll blow it your way. No,
Stop it. Behave.
Mum, this happens every podcast.
that's the fish sandwich
Oh, good God.
with the lovely pickles and apple slaw.
It was a nice smoky slaw, but not
Oh,
now.
It stinks. That stinks. Wow, good one, Scott. Not in front of your mother.
All right,
Thank
all
goodness I've
right.
got
Get
glasses
to your point, you scallywag.
Yeah.
Anyway, we saw Dom die, and then
Just brush over that.
we know that poor Rick died internally.
Yes.
I believe that the end shot of the house burning not only was a beautiful yet heartbreaking shot, but I also interpreted it as poor Rick's old self burning away forever, lost to the dangerous fires of anger and bitterness.
Yeah.
That's good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Because
English
he
were
was-
like that, eh?
Some high
Yeah,
intelligence
absolutely.
happening
Slight
here
stutter,
from
but I
both
got
of
there. I had a little trip in the sprint, but I got back and won the race.
You did it.
Yeah,
You did
because
it.
he was done. He wasn't softening after that, was he?
No.
I mean, I guess it lead at the end. It doesn't really tell you either way, but that's the way I interpret it.
I
He's-
interpret it as he's bitter now, and he's going to be like everyone else on the island.
Yeah, that's right. He was the only nice one. He was the
Yeah.
only optimist.
Yeah,
And he's never going to go back to the mainland. Not back to. He's never going to go to the mainland with his
mainland,
sister
to better his
Siobhan.
life.
And his sister will have that successful life of not being lonely anymore because she was talking
desperate.
about loneliness.
Oh,
And that was a big
yeah.
theme in this too. Like,
Yes.
he wasn't lonely at the start, but then suddenly he became the loneliest
Yes.
man on the island.
And I think, they all seemed, well, obviously the sister
Isolation,
was.
you know?
Yes. It'd be
It's-
terrible living like that.
And the thing is, you're in this very tight knit community. Not tight knit, but like
Everyone knows everyone.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. So you're kind of like a family that lives in the same house. You have to get along, or it's going to be horrible.
Yeah, and everyone knows about it.
Yeah, that's right.
it.
News passes around quickly, as they
Yes.
said.
got
Particularly
any
when you're
news
going
for
to
me?
O'Riordan's
I got
store.
some news. Oh, the lady in the store. Yeah. Got some-
O'Riordan's?
What, is that her?
That's the name of the store, O'Riordan's.
Wow. Damn, you're picking up
So
some
if-
details here.
Well, if you didn't go to the store and tell her a story, she didn't want to serve you your, I don't know, wrapped up bacon in your
Or
brown
she'll-
paper or whatever they were buying.
Yeah,
Oh,
or she'll
God.
read your mail.
Yes. Yes.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Siobhan as a character a lot, by the way.
Oh, yes.
She was great.
She was
yeah.
so
She was very
heartwarming.
integral.
She was.
And she was like very, she was like the fiery side that poor Rick needed. He needed that person to stand up for him.
He did. Yeah. And yet she
For
had that
himself.
really tender side where she would comfort him as well.
Yes,
and,
yeah. Almost like a motherly sort of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Because Mammy and Daddy had passed away. His
Yeah.
Mammy and Daddy.
His mam,
Do they say mammy? do
Yeah.
mammy and daddy.
Yeah.
I've
Because
missed
he
a
said
lot.
my mammy was nice, my daddy was nice.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that
remember
makes
that.
it
I
even
do remember
sadder.
that. I do remember that. Yeah, that's what he said. Why is no one nice these days? Or something. No, he didn't say that. He just said you're not nice.
And this is in the 20s too, so, you know, people are living through really rough times.
Oh, yeah.
Can we put a bit of a historical reflection on this? This is the time of, I don't know much about it, but the Irish Civil War.
Civil War.
Between, they said the Free State and the IRA. That's what they said.
I don't know a lot about it myself. Ben, do you have any information on that?
Well, I'm going to ruin one of the trivia points.
No, that's okay.
It is
early,
mentioned
man.
in the film that the war might end soon. It's not big.
Obviously,
trivia.
it doesn't, though.
When the film begins, April 1st, 1923, the 11th month long Irish Civil War was less than 2 months away from ending.
Wow.
So they had only an 11th
11-month
yeah,
war?
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, wow.
Okay.
Bad my articulation.
But obviously, there's
tonight.
been conflicts all through the
Island's history.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it just kept going from there. They probably had more civil wars from there. I'm not
Well,
too sure.
I mean, we have like the terrorist attacks and stuff that happened through the 80s and 90s, like we
Yeah.
discussed in
Yeah,
the car.
yeah.
We had a nice family discussion in the car about it.
We did. We've had a lovely day.
Yeah,
Lovely.
it has been good.
What a lovely day out.
A lovely day.
What a
little
lovely
boys.
day. How
What a
crap
lovely day.
was the police officer?
God, you
And
had
he
to bring
punched-
him up, didn't you?
When he punched Colin, I wanted to just
Smack him back.
not Colin. Poor Rick. When
Poor
he,
Rick.
When he punched poor Rick, I was like, God damn.
I was like, poor Rick.
yeah, you swine.
Yeah, man.
And how he beat his son Dom.
All right, I'm gonna put something to you guys. Most emotional moment for you in this movie. For me, it was the point where Porrick and Colum were riding back home and they weren't saying a word to each other. And Porrick like broke down into tears because he
Yes.
couldn't communicate to him. And Colum was putting his arm on him,
Yeah.
like comforting him, even though he doesn't want to be with him anymore. That was so... I really thought there was going to be a turn there, and that just kept going.
Yeah.
He
You know, I have to
just
agree
kept
with
his
you.
stance on the whole, I'm not talking to you and I want to do this column. Yeah. I have to agree with you. That was my point.
Yeah.
The weeping in the cart.
In the cart. That's the word I was looking
Yeah.
for.
I know he said this, but it's just, once again, like the whole concept of, a friend who's not friends with you anymore. It started off as such a comedy, and it just, I was not expecting it to get as dark as it did.
Yeah. It really pulled
Whole,
the plug
like,
on
existential
the whole
crisis
comedy thing at the end. It just went full tragedy.
Absolutely.
I
Yes.
felt so bad for Homie. And then Dominic, like...
Poor man. Oh, Dominic just wanted love, and he was not.
Poor simple little
not all
guy.
there.
But he didn't... I don't reckon he killed himself because he got rejected. I reckon he killed himself because of his dad. And the reason he was asking her was for, like, an escape.
To get protection and
Yeah.
be with somebody else
Yeah.
and have a happy life.
And when he knew that wasn't an option...
He probably
he's
knew
like,
that she was going too, and he's like, "Oh, I could probably get out of here."
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, she's quite a bit older than him too.
Yeah, true.
So he might have wanted a motherly figure as well.
This is true. Yeah, yeah.
Poor Dominic.
Oh, but he was so funny too. Like all these, when he was at the start, his introduction, when he found the stick with the hook, he's like, "Oh, I found a stick with the hook." Yeah. And he's just walking around, just
Maybe
like,
you can hook something from a stick's length.
Things like the way.
And he's like,
just
have
so
you seen
silly.
your sister naked? I've seen my
Don't
dad.
ask me questions like that.
I've seen my dad naked with his tiny brown claw.
Oh, that was horrific.
We walked in, and he's like,
I quite enjoyed that part.
they stole,
Stop it.
stole his spirits.
That was just awful.
And then the next day home, he was just beat. It was like, oh.
Oh man, he found out. Obviously, he was
Yeah.
going to find out. He was right next to him.
Well, he knew it was good. He was going to find out. Because he said, stuff it. I can't say the real words.
Stuff it.
Because we're meant, it's sensible hour people.
Yeah, that's
It
right.
is.
That's right.
We've got to keep it
Absolutely
family
is.
friendly. Get the Butts to Nuts podcast in check for the year.
Yeah.
So we've ticked off a non-swearing episode.
You betcha.
Any more points, guys? What do we got? Throw some at me. I'm going to catch them all.
Okay, let me think about this.
I got a question.
Oh,
Okay, what is it?
Did the old lady annoy you ever?
yeah, all the time. I hated her character.
She was freaky.
Yeah.
She was freaky. I feel like
She only became really freaky, though, once she was, like, kind of rejected by Siobhan and Podrick. Porrick.
Porrick.
Yeah.
Podrick.
I'm thinking of Roderick from
You
Over
are.
in Pickett.
Podrell.
Podrill. Codrell.
Poor
Take
Rick.
a codrell for your poor throat.
Yeah, poor Rick. I think that she could have been in it just a little bit less because she was just a bit Macbethy, and I was like,
She was a bit Macbethy. Yeah,
Well, she ties in with the Banshee theme.
she is.
Does anyone know what a Banshee is?
It's an animal.
Well, I thought
Screaming banshees.
I thought it was an animal too. I've always thought it was an animal. And Nana's always said when growing up,
Screaming banshee.
screaming like a banshee.
Yeah.
like an old woman.
So,
Am I right?
have you looked this up too?
No,
Ben?
I just guessed
What-
that.
what is
I
it?
just put two and two together.
So,
Safe.
is-
Sorry, I
what?
farted.
Way to ruin the
God.
suspense, man. God damn it.
terrific
You
thing
just had
here,
to take it to
everybody.
that level, didn't you? That's crude. That's so crude. I'm banning you.
I'm an asshole.
All right, let her finish. Let her finish.
Guy. We're
Go,
listening.
come on. We're listening.
So a banshee is a female spirit in Irish folklore who
Oh.
heralds the death of a family member, usually by screaming, wailing, shrieking, or keening, whatever keening
Oh,
is.
because
That's so scary.
I had a theory as well, saying I guess the way of her being there was symbolising that something bad was on the horizon.
Death was imminent.
Because she was there from the start.
Was she even real?
Yes, obviously.
Yeah.
She was real.
Yeah, no.
I felt like at the end she was a bit spiritual because she just popped up when you least expect
And
it.
like when when Porrick was standing on the cliff waving to his sister, and then she's in the background, it doesn't focus on her, but it's just like a silhouette.
That was spooky.
I was like, whoo,
Yeah.
goddamn.
Yeah.
I thought that was the bartender.
Oh, come over for a Guinness at the pub.
I'm looking for me Irish whiskey coming in on the board.
On the board.
Yeah, he was a good lad, wasn't he?
Go over the
I like
car.
the priest as well. He was a
So
good
how's
lad.
that? I've
The
always
priest is a
thought
funny character, yeah.
the
Yeah.
priest was
But
a funny.
that's really interesting
I've
to know.
always thought a banshee
So
was
he
an
was an
animal. I thought it was like a half monkey, half meerkat thing going on, like a monkat.
Like a monkey that's
a
gone
monkey.
to heaven.
Oh, wow. That was pretty good.
is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll get that one when you're older.
You get that one.
What was that? I miss that.
He was still good with the fiddle though when he didn't have any fingers.
He just bopped along in the pub.
Oh, sorry. When he cut off one of his fingers, he was still good. He was
Oh, he's fine then.
Yeah.
When he cut off all 4 of them, he was just bopping along,
Yeah.
waving the fiddle.
Doing the bop.
I do say this movie does offend me a bit, saying that he cut off 5 fingers. I mean, it's 4 fingers and a
cool.
thumb, people.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Let's get it correct.
Come on, get it right.
Fingers,
Attention to
3
detail.
joints.
You know what? I'm pretty much... I think I've vented.
You
all
think you've
that I-
vented?
all
Yeah.
that I have for this, yeah.
I think I've drunk enough whiskey and I'm ready to move on to the hangover now. What about you, Mum?
Yes, I think so. I'm just having a quick wee look at.
Oh,
that's
Intermission music.
that's me
Scott,
notes.
go.
you're more Irish than us, technically.
Technically, yeah.
Well, what is the percentage?
12%.
1/12?
That I don't know.
Yeah,
Well, it
1/12.
was Nana's...
Percentage?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I'm not sure.
No, Nana was 1/16th, and Mum's 1/12th. We're like 18th or something like that.
That makes no sense.
Well-
You've just jumped numbers back and forth.
Life
Okay.
doesn't make sense. We're just living it.
What was the boat's name? The boat that came in to pick up all the people, or to take Siobhan.
I don't know.
Oh, this
back
is
to
a
the
quiz
mainland.
now.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm just seeing if either of
you
you.
got some good details.
Look at any details in this.
I think you searched this up, didn't you?
No,
No.
I saw it
I see
written.
the truth in her eyes.
Yeah,
but
Alright.
it was written in white running writing on a blue.
The old Tango whiskey. Takes 2 to tango.
Oh, good link there.
Thank you,
'cause that
thank
was-
you.
that
Because
was
they
it.
drank whiskey at 2 to tango.
Was it the Siobhan too?
No, what's the saying? I sometimes say bloody no.
You bloody assholes, get out the kitchen. I'm trying to cook.
Oh, I never treat you so bad.
Trying to
bloody-
make a risotto.
Oh, poor Rick. I don't know. What do you say?
Bloody Nora. Nora was
Nora.
the name of the boat.
Nora, bloody Nora. Oh, Nora.
The boat wasn't called Bloody Nora.
Oh,
the boat
yeah.
was called Nora.
I just think of Mr. Freeze from Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, my
I
Nora,
don't.
my poor Nora. Batman fans.
Yeah.
Arkham City fans.
Shout out. There's a few of them. A silent minority, but growing stronger every day.
Peace.
Um,
I'm liking this. I think we've gotten some.
No, fingers are getting pointed up by Mum. I think there's another point incoming.
Oh, really?
What was the name of the policeman?
Oh,
Scott
Scott Derrickson.
It started with an L. His last name started with an L, right?
No.
Oh,
Oh.
God.
Although I didn't get the last name, but
I
I
searched this up too, but
I searched it, but it was more the first
What was his name?
word that they kept saying.
What was it?
Peter Kearney.
Oh,
Peter Kearney.
Oh,
Kearney, like
Kearney.
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 Arney.
Yes.
But I think they kept saying Peter, so
Peter.
but I didn't know. If
Oh, because they're going on a first name basis. He's on the one sort of thing.
but I don't know if that was his first name or if that's a name. Is that a policeman's title?
I don't
Peter.
know.
What about what was the priest called?
Got no idea there.
He's just cast as priest.
Really? He's
there
the
you
man
go,
of a
yeah.
robe. Remember?
What was the bartender called? That's right.
Bartender.
John Joe. John Joe
John
Devon.
Joe, yes. I know.
Okay.
I did see that.
And the mate was Jerry, obviously, guys. Did you watch the movie?
Come on.
Come on.
Was Inisherin a real place?
Sorry?
Does anyone know if Inisherin is a real place?
Oh,
It
absolutely.
is, right?
Yeah,
of course it
absolutely.
is.
No, it's
No?
a
It's a
It's
fictional.
a fictional island, is what I was about to tell you,
and
Scott.
they
you
shot it
fool.
on several islands off the west coast of Ireland.
It's not real. Isn't Inisherin not real? But I've heard about
Oh, yeah,
this
but-
name before, right?
Well, I think
Mandela effect.
there's probably similar names in the Irish group of
Islands.
islands.
Islands. So this is wow. I feel ashamed that I don't know my geography here.
Well,
'Cause,
we wouldn't know all the.
Well, you had to search that one up. You didn't get that one.
I
first,
no, I
did you?
did search that
Yeah,
one
I
up.
knew
I
that.
was I was interested. I was genuinely interested in it.
Wow.
Shows it's a good
Well,
film.
it's a bit of trivia for you right there, then.
Yeah.
Over to you, Ben.
Jumping on.
Oh, trivia.
Yeah.
Oh, theme song, please, Mum.
Theme song.
Yeah, you have to do the theme song.
The theme song?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go, do
go.
it.
I have to do a ditty?
Just pretend.
Yeah, just pretend.
And
And that's trivia. Sweet.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell had several incidents with animals during the shoot. Jenny, the miniature donkey, kicked him whilst he was hand feeding her. Do you know this, Mum? You're nodding as if you do. No, you don't. You do.
I did read this.
You do.
Yeah.
Wow.
Second, the dog portraying Brendan Gleeson's pet bit him. And thirdly, a
Wow.
horse leading a cart Farrell was so that doesn't make any sense grammatically.
What?
It tried to reverse the cart into the ocean. A horse.
The horse tried to reverse the cart into the ocean.
Apologies.
That's a long drop.
Apologies for the stutter there, but IMDb could not spell. They poor grammar, and it made me stuff up.
Terrible website.
The Internet Movie Database made
Yeah.
my little brain database.
So they
stuff
had
up.
some zoo problems.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get
Yeah,
across.
basically.
Yeah, but I asshole.
Well, can you imagine the horse just going, nah, I'm sending you off this
I'm going
cliff.
to back you over that
We're
massive
going
cliff.
for a swim.
That is a long drop. That's all I can say. That's those island, whatever you call it, cliffs
Yeah.
are huge.
If I know Colin, he can take it.
He can. He's built like a brick.
And Colin too. Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson agreed to be in this film 7 years before it was greenlit.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Obviously, because they're so passionate about their heritage. Or I know
And friendship.
for a fact, most Irish people are very proud to be Irish. That's just a given fact. They just love their country.
Yes.
A lot of them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Shall we letterbox it?
Letterbox time.
Let me tell you what Letterboxd is, Mum.
Yeah.
It's basically a social media platform for movie lovers, and I go on there and I see what people think of the movie, and I read out their epic reviews.
Oh, this will be interesting.
It's good.
But
It's pretty good.
they rate it out of 5 stars, so basically 5 stars is 10 in the Nug
in Nug
equivalent.
World.
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
World,
yeah.
yeah.
so when we're trading currency with Letterboxd, that's how we usually do it.
Okay.
Okay, Tom Kappa says, brings a whole new meaning to giving the finger. 5 stars.
That's good.
On you, Tom.
Tom, you've done it.
That's clever.
Kevin Porter says, an allegory for 2 men ending a podcast. 5 stars.
Wow.
I know.
It's very fitting.
So that's our future, Scott.
Yeah.
Who's who?
True. I will be cutting my fingers off.
Okay.
I've decided.
I'll be Colin.
No, because I'm playing bass at the moment. I have to take that sacrifice.
true.
Yeah, I
And you're the
guess so.
bartender, Mum.
I might as well cut my left hand off too, so I can't draw.
You're either the bartender or the priest, but I feel like you're
Yeah.
more the
I
bartender.
think of the word.
Or you could be the banshee if you
I've
want.
worked in the liquor industry, so I could be the
True.
bartender.
Yeah. That's right. You got the experience.
Molly says, usually they have funny names as well, but these are just all average Joes. Molly says, so much pettiness in here, it should have been called The Real Housewives of Inisherin.
Oh,
4 stars.
Molly.
Molly. You silly lady,
Silly
Molly.
mole.
You could say it.
You dumb mole.
Say what you usually would say, Scott.
Yeah.
No. Don't even think about it.
I was close then.
Do it now. Yeah, so that's what Molly said, and everyone yelled at her.
Good. She
I
deserves
can't
it.
believe there's no funny names. Yeah, not many funny people watch this. The J of Water watched it. I know.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. Patrick, Joel. That's a funny name, Joel, I presume.
Not really.
No. Supreme
That's not
Lemon.
funny.
Supreme Lemon.
I like
Oh,
that.
that's a
That's
good
kind
one.
of badass, you know.
I feel like I win though in my name. I'm Hound Dog 42. And then in my bio it says I'm Hound Dogging. I got a picture of Willie.
He's hound dogging.
Yeah, I'm Hound Dogging.
I don't want to know about it.
You Elvis man.
No, like Elvis.
Oh.
Hound dog.
Because that's the
I get
first
it.
movie I reviewed on my Letterbox, people.
Oh, there you go. That's
great.
And it's
Go follow me.
Elvis Festival.
The pelvis.
Oh. Today.
It is too.
Oh, it is too. Go to parks,
Parks,
if
yeah.
you want.
Wait, this is actually
Again,
a
hi
seg-
to listeners and parks.
Yeah.
Okay, Mum. This is the part where we give a score out of 10 nugs. Do you know how it works? There's 10 nugs, and you can give as many nugs out of 10. That's 10 nugs.
You can't go no, you can't. You
can't
can
go below
You can
10.
go below 10, but you can't
go
go
above.
negative. But you can go half a nug as well, so like a
Yes.
0.5.
Not
Yeah.
really. There's no rules. You could give it whatever you want. If you gave it 25 out of 10, I don't think we'd care. We'd just round it to 10.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
We probably would. Would you like to go first, or would you want one of us to go first?
Oh, no, I'll go first.
Oh, excuse me.
Just don't give any...
There's gases coming out of these guys like no tomorrow.
I'll
It's been
squeeze
a big
one more
day.
out.
No.
I think you
That
popped a
was
little
my
hemorrhoid
chair.
there.
Oh, shit my pants. No.
Another state I've got to clean up today.
No, just don't give any repeaters though. Like no, like 3.33333.
Oh, no repeaters
Yeah,
here.
no repeaters.
No life of pies.
Yeah, no.
All right. You got
Christ, give me the score. Oh, you don't have one written down.
An 8.
Oh.
Well done.
Well done. Yeah,
Well done.
That's
Yeah.
That's a fantastic score.
8 big nugs from me.
Wow.
for this movie.
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Just in case.
Well, we did mention Life of Pi. You never know.
All right, I want you to go next, Ben.
Oh, I've been going first every time.
All right, I'm going to go.
I'll go for no. That's how it is.
Okay.
I'm giving this. Drum roll. 9.
Oh!
Nugs
You know what's
out of
Didn't see that
10.
coming.
10. You know what's funny, Ben?
What? Oh, I better be cackling after this.
Is that I also gave this a 9.
Audible high five.
Thank you
Wow.
very much, Mum, for being on the podcast with
Thank
us
you so
this
much,
episode.
Mum.
Thank you for having me.
It's been very fun. You
It
know,
has
it's
been
good to do a bit
fun.
more of a tamer one.
It is.
Oh.
It is good to not.
Phone was crackling.
It's good to not swear. It's good to not say those naughty
Feck.
F's. Yeah, none of those. None of those
silly
flex.
feck words.
Yeah.
No more of those sexes.
If we do get you on
Doodles.
again this year, which I think I'd love to,
I would absolutely
I
love
think
that.
you need to be with someone else, and then because I want to have the purity of the first episode every year as Mumcast to
Yeah,
keep us
yeah.
in check. We're very naughty lads. Probably by next episode we'll be back to New Year.
We absolutely will.
and all your
God help
parenting
me.
will go out the window. But it was very nice, Mum, and we love you.
We're going to have to release
Love
all
you
this
guys
pent-up
too.
energy.
Yes.
Oh, please.
Well, yeah. Well,
Thanks for having me.
we'll see you next year.
We'll see you. All right.
Back to the risotto
Thank
making.
you.
No. This is the end of the episode. Thank you for listening to the Butts to Nuts podcast.
If you enjoyed the podcast and want to support us, you can do any number of these 3 things.
Number 1.
Tell a friend, a family member, or even a random person off the street to listen to our podcast.
Number 2.
Leave a review. The higher the better.
Number 3.
Follow and support us on our social media platforms, being Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all with the usernames Butts to Nuts.
Again, thank you for listening. See you next week.